They do lack a lot of healing. They just have the Monarch for healing. But it's honestly not a terrible strategy.
And boots first, all right. Gonna sell those.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna sell those.
Okay, just to get that out. Okay.
Yeah. You want to ward up because you like what's very important in this lane is information. You want to know if they rotate like a lot of people. And actually they might have a clash here even.
Both teams. We saw it last game with the Rhapsody and the Empath, that both teams were like, yeah, it's probably going to happen again. Let's go ahead and meet one another. So yeah, definitely bringing the firepower. Grinix is the only one that's really not here. Obviously could, maybe join eventually, but the number is definitely favoring Vinicius at this moment.
I love this, by the way. Legionnaire getting 2 bucklers here. It just means that you take like a lot less damage from the creeps. And that is honestly gonna help sustain yourself. You can always just like borrow blight from your lane partners. But it does seem like the Legion side here is going to respond with a counter tri-lane, but they have the vision advantage.
Yeah, Lowestone's scouting it out, very suspicious of what's going on right here. Obviously, there's a ward here that's spotting all this. Yeah, Alonia's definitely trying to, maybe get them to overcommit, but not going to have. So a little surprised that after all this, the way that it was being set up, that no action taking place. And at least, yeah, do they know this ward is here?
Yeah.
Yep, they do. Okay.
Yeah, they suspected something was up. And the Swift Blade early on is just so powerful. And you see, like, look at Legionnaire. And right now, this Swift Blade needs to deal with the creep waves. Oh, an Engineer.
Oh, we're fighting. We're fighting. We're spinning. Engineer, that keg ain't going to do nothing against the Swift Blade, but it's just a little too fast. He's got those red booties, and it's going to keep him the distance. The tower taking the creep wave. So meanwhile, Bloodlust will come out. It's Monarch running down the Rhapsody and getting the Bloodlust kill. So I was watching Engineer just getting away right there, and sure enough, Rhapsody there, once it falls, and Engineer will just take the free chip back to base.
Yeah, and the Engineer is like a very good hero against Swiftblade. Like, number one is he is quite tanky early on. Like, even with basically no stats, he still has like 21 strength here. And number two is the steam turret actually slows through Shrunken. So it goes through Magic Community. Oh, that's huge actually, yeah.
Pebbles.
But like, they're just keeping this Swiftblade on the tower here. And I have a feeling that the Thai team doesn't have a lot of experience playing against this. Because they don't really seem to know what to do specifically. So what you can do, for example, is instead of like these creeps tanking your tower, you can pull the creeps to the medium camp here and farm both the creeps and the medium camp at the same time. Because as long as the Legionnaire is all the way at the tier 2 tower, you're not under any danger. As a Swiftblade.
Yeah, I mean, you see Lowstone kind of walks in and it just takes a couple spins. It's like, yeah, what are you trying to do? It's just you really can't do anything against. He's now got level 2 of the Whirling Blade as well. So
yeah, and that's 150 physical damage per spin at this point. So like, there's no point hitting it. Like, if you have something like a chipper that can like run him down, maybe then. But anytime there's a creep wave nearby, it's just you're under like immediate danger. And this Lodestone, like why I'm saying that I feel like they don't know what to do is because this Lodestone doesn't really know where to be.
Well, they're going in. They want this. They want this Legionnaire Swiftblade. Does he go for the spin? Yes, he does. He's going for it. Trying to get some spins off himself as Legionnaire puts him under with the Chrysalis. Gonna get a spin off. No, down he goes. Oh, yes, Swiftblade gets turned as Alonia shows up, but so does Pebbles. So suddenly they clash in the Legion jungle. It's an eye for an eye so far. Pebbles, he's getting away. They killed Monarch. Pebbles going to keep the distance. The freezes keep coming out from Alonia. The final auto attack gets it. Nice Lodestone. Rocket Joe right there does secure the cut. Alonia, but he falls too. And suddenly it's Engineer versus Rhapsody. And unless maybe it's got staccatos, but don't think any kill is going to happen beyond that. So a hell of a clash all of a sudden breaks out. I mean, they did kill Legionnaire first, so that's how it started.
Yeah, but like they saw how much damage Legion actually did there.
Yeah.
And that's because he just walked into that medium camp. Every time there's like a camp anywhere, that becomes like basically a landmine almost. Like, because you just like you know, hatchet the creeps start attacking you. And this is the same case for like whether or not it's a hard camp or it's mid lane.
Yeah, Alonia is dead. That's a great rotation from Lodestone. So making use also, this is what I was going to say, you know, the one thing with what is happening down here is the supports are definitely sacrificing quite a bit. And speaking of that, Rhapsody, no chance to survive that combo. So under-leveled and dies. But yeah, the supports definitely need to find some experience elsewhere.
And look, this is like they're doing this so well. Engineer not letting the creeps actually go to the tower, but pulling them to the small camp here so the Legionnaire can just farm them both. Because you want to have the creeps aggro you, but not under the tower. You want to do it before. And like while the Swiftblades, like a minute or 1.5 minutes ago, went for the Legionnaire, right? You have to remember that at that time, Swiftblade lost an entire creep wave under the tower.
Yep.
Well, Legionnaire did not lose a creep wave because he already killed the creep wave at the tier 2 tower. So that's like the sacrifice, and finally Swiftblade's doing what I wanted him to do. He's farming both the medium camp and the creep wave at the same time.
Yeah. Even using a spin right there to do it aggressively, but now he doesn't have spin. They know this, so they are going to try to run him down. Spin in 10 seconds.
Like right now, he's a little bit too far behind, maybe. Oh, Grinix!
Yeah, Grinix showing up. That's somebody we'll talk about in a second a little more. But yeah, both Grinix and Pharaoh kind of doing their thing in the top lane. But now Legionnaire, he's in trouble. He is going to go down. The spin hits, but it doesn't matter. That is a big kill on a Legionnaire. So yeah, the Grinix rotation. How about that? SRP, he's been just free farming against the Pharaoh. I mean, they both essentially are. But the level 6 rotation gets the kill on Legionnaire.
Yeah, they felt like they had to start shutting down this Legionnaire because the Legionnaire was applying too much pressure. Because not only does the Legionnaire farming behind or at your tier 2 tower mean that you are effectively like you need to respond to it. You also cannot stack the jungle because the Legionnaire is right there ready to take any stack. And Swiftblade?
He got silence. I was going to say, where's the spin? Just too much damage. He gets it off at the last second, but the auto attack flying through the air. You knew he was dead. And now Rhapsody is likely dead as well. Going to be run down. These Keck stuns on point from Hotnick. And there's the securing of the kill, too. So they fight back on the Vinicius side, and he got Legionnaire now helping to push the tower once again as a result. So we'll play it there. Pharaoh, where's Pharaoh? Pharaoh went to the mid lane. Wrath the Pharaoh in. Pebbles, Lodestone here to help out. Pebbles, he's going to barely walk it off. Avoids the nuke from Alonia. And now Pharaoh's in a bad spot with Grinix showing up as well. They get the one kill to Alonia. Now he's going in for Pharaoh. This Grinix showing off some early damage. Well played by SRP once again. Good job surviving on the Pebbles. And this, well, gold is basically no lead for either team. We got a very even game right now.
Yep. And like a Legionnaire or Legionnaire didn't even go for boots because he figured like, well, I don't need to go anywhere, right? Don't need to go that fast. I just need to stand still and spin. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. So
well, I was going to ask you, what is the priority for obviously they help with the Black Legion, but is this like, I got to get Blink now as soon as possible or what?
Well, so often when I do this, there's very different like debate going on in my head, like between what is the fun route and what's the good route.
Codex level 5, gotcha.
And I am always conflicted. So like the fun route would definitely be Shaman's Hetra is into staff or something, and just don't go.
They're going. The Monarch's just going to go the other direction. Says, yes, please chase me if anything. Legionnaire, though. They want Legionnaire. Swiftblade's trying to kill the Monarch still. Looks like he might be able to do so. And yes, they kill the Legionnaire when it's all said and done. Swiftblade's still in hot pursuit. Monarch actually does get away, but obviously they got the prize as they take out Legionnaire yet again. So we're getting to a point here, Dutch, where, I mean, yes, Sigma's still top GPM, but that's his third death already. They definitely are addressing him pretty well.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter for as long as every time that like the Swiftblade rotates like that to kill the Legionnaire, he loses like 2 or 3 waves in the tower. And like they got a very early tower kill. The Alonia is just farming and farming and farming, and they need to rotate like 5 people to kill to actually kill him there. it's just like, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're not shutting down Legionnaire. Legionnaire doesn't need like items or something to farm. You just need levels. Levels on stacks, that's all he needs. And then he's just gonna like be super dangerous. And I will also say that Legionnaire is also like notoriously a very good hero against Swiftblade. Because Swiftblade, of course, like has quite often a lot of damage, not a lot of HP. So, you know, PK barbed armor on Legionnaire is probably means that the Swiftblade is going to die. And we see actually another 2 triple stacks here being taken.
Yeah, and then there's the taunt factor as well. But yeah, Legionnaire, he is going to get a massive boost and increase of farm right here. So yeah, to that point you're bringing up, his levels in GPM especially does continue to reflect very well. Colic on Swiftblade is making some progress though. 1,800 gold currently saved up, a little over that 400 GPM mark. So he is getting progress towards whatever his item, you know, maybe going to see that rune clave you'd probably expect, but...
Dreamcatcher.
Wow, yeah, goes to Dreamcatcher. We'll talk about that in a second because Big might be the lane. Jenko opens up right here in the back lines. The gust of wind trying to help him out, and yeah, Jenko still wants to go, but good spread from the Legion, including Grinix. He resets. Mine being placed down. Grinix wants some catch up to somebody. We got a rocket drill in 2 seconds from the Lodestone, it looks like. Good job with the scout by Pharaoh. Grinix, he still wants that engineer. He's going for it. Takes hit by the Kexon. Staccato's hit Alonia, meanwhile. That's a prime target. He was invis thinking he was fine, but he ran under a rev ward, and down goes Alonia. And if you're Noah Nugent, you're like, well, yeah, we're fine with that. Take out the good hero.
Like, Alonia is still such an easy kill for them. Alonia only 700 HP right now. But the Dreamcatcher on the Swiftblade, right? Yeah. As Legionnaire just running into the Swiftblade here. Actually, Grinix rotating over. So it makes sense.
Oh, wow. That's an Omni Slap. That's off the back. Gets into half-life. Spin on top. Here comes Grinix, and down goes Legionnaire. Even with Monarch and Engineer coming in, they were just too little too late. This Grinix, the right-click damage he's doing is absurd right now at this point of the game, and that's a double kill for Colic.
Yeah, and that's partially also the Dreamcatcher coming in there. Because the Dreamcatcher made it, like, it finished off the Engineer. And it also meant that Legionnaire just wasn't healing that much. So, like, less healing from the Cocoon, you know? Because that's, like, damage reduction, sure, but it's also 90 HP instantly, and then 40 per second for 3 seconds. And then, against the Legionnaire, you just want to get very similar to, like, the Pebbles. You want to get, like, above a certain HP threshold.
That's a dead Alonia, just like that. You mentioned still an easy kill, and that's a portal key, of course, on Pebbles being debuted. So Midwinter, we stressed that last game. They locked him down on the Magnus, and we saw a very late portal key. Wasn't able to have an impact. Different story this time around. Back to the mid lane. Pebbles is gone on here by the supports, but they just don't have enough damage to take him out, actually.
Yeah.
So he walks it off.
A couple of extra levels on the Engineer, and maybe he was in danger, but right now, not really.
Top.
And Legionnaire top lane applying pressure to the Grenade, but without that PK, you can't really.
Yeah, that goes back to, yeah, he's 1,600 gold saved up, so it looks like he is going to go that PK route next. Obviously with the Striders upgrade there too. Look at Grinix, by the way, fighting for the 12-minute room, but there's a bit more here than he expected. He's in trouble. They got the Rev, and there's a Decapitate, I think even the first one we've seen this game, by Sigma to finish the job. So that's a great find there. Obviously, Grinix has been a nuisance for them to deal with. But Colic, he continues to push out. And yeah, the reason I had the reaction, you make a good point. It makes a lot of sense, and they made use of the Streamcatcher right away. This just does not feel like a Colic item, but it is good to see that, you know, they can adapt to the game situation, and they're certainly doing that here. And
like, you see this item built on the map man a lot as well. For much the same vein, where like you just want that to finish people off. And it makes sense on a subplate as well. I will say, I don't know if I would have thought of it. Because it's not, as you said, it's not really an unusual subplate item. But you know me, I am a fan of any item that contains a wind whistle.
Absolutely, well, yeah, that too. Mid lane, they do take out Pebbles. Like killing Alonia though by Grinix, but at what cost? Legionnaire showing off that blink, making the debut, and getting the kill on Grinix as well. So a 2-for-1 does favor Vinicius, and Legionnaire does remain on top of GPM. I mean, he's 560 gold per minute, especially after what just happened there. Obviously, the blink, and why would he slow down here? You want to make use of this, certainly. He tries to find somebody else, but not going to risk going too deep there into the jungle. But might need to be careful now because here comes Swiftblade. Omni Slash is ready. Unable to find the angle, though. Good job with a gust of wind by Monarch. Gives him the distance. And he's fine for now. But yeah, Grinix, another death. So Grinix has definitely been kept in check somewhat. Had a great early start. Sitting around 300 gold per minute himself. But, you know, he's doing his part, though.
Yeah, and Grinix doesn't really scale that effectively, right? It's Pebbles actually smoked up as well. I don't think they saw that, so this is likely going to be a kill on the Pharaoh.
That's what they're going for. Is it enough damage is the question. Jajenko, he's not an easy kill. And he's definitely not an easy kill. Out comes the Crystals. Meanwhile, off to the side, Monarch dealing with the Grinix, unable to do so well. They do kill Pharaoh, and down goes Monarch. And now it's the tower's turn. So just give a dive and going past that tier 1 tower, but it does work out. Top tower does go down, by the way, in favor of Vinicius. But Lodestone, he popped the ultimate to live right there. Very well played defensively. However, it's not going to matter. Legionnaire jumps in and cuts him down with a spin. Grinix in hot pursuit, wants to find Alonia. There's a Rev Ward, though. They saw him nearby. They know he's here somewhere. He's got to be careful. Obviously, suspicious of that. But while this is happening, the mid lane, there's fights all over the place. Dutch, they take out Engineer. Energy fill is down, but Swiftblade don't care. That's an ultimate warrior streak now for the Swiftblade. And did I just see that right?
Yeah, that's going to be Doombringer, obviously.
Obviously, going the Doombringer.
Obviously. All right. Like, it makes sense, right?
That's
like,
a mock.
Okay, so, like, if you die with the Doombringer, who in the enemy team is going to take the Doombringer and make use of it? Legionnaire? Yeah, good luck, man.
I can't tell if you're trolling or not because there is some logic there. Actually, that is an interesting point, but
I know, but it was more like the logic was specifically tailored to the argument that I already made the moment I saw the item. No, but actually there was a good ward here from the Lodestone on the Hellborn Ancients. Oh, are they going in? Yeah, they are.
Why not? It's been a couple seconds. Let's go ahead and reset here, and that's a free kill on a Pebble. So good jump. Light brand on Alonia. Alonia is trying to recover himself and do some good damage there. Look at the smoke immediately after. They would love to kill Colic, of course. That's a big kill. Oh, he jumped in but couldn't taunt in time. Colic a little too fast, and Rhapsody staccato stuns. Keep the distance. Good getaway.
Yeah, and that's like what having or playing from advantage does for you. He jumped in basically blind, I think, or not entirely blind. Oh, no, they placed this ward up the medium camp just now, so it was blind jump actually, which meant that, you know, a blind jump was very greedy, of course, but there's no punish, and that's because like the enemy team is. At least they feel like they're far behind. They're not actually far behind. And actually, look at this. They're setting up for the Ancients.
Grinix, he goes in. The Illusory Assault is put out. Just trying to steal the rest of the Ancients. Go for Pharaoh. Nice mommy wall, but it's not going to matter. Run down. Swiftblade just comes in with a final auto attack. Just love the coordination once again from Noah New Gen. They're going to finish off the remaining Ancients. Yeah. That Mock of Brilliance is just about finished now on Swiftblade.
I will say Legionnaire has been very aggressive with his teleports. And there were now a couple of times in the mid lane, specifically as well, where the supporting cast ports in, both the Monarch and the Engineer, but the Legionnaire just did not have his teleport up. Mm-hmm. And that's because he's porting all over the place to have, to farm split push and try to kill people with smokes. But maybe he should think about saving his teleport a little bit more to be able to respond to the aggression from the Thai team here.
Right.
Because like I think in contrast to like last game, the Thai team here, or what's it called, Noah New Gen, they are making a statement here, right? We're not just gonna let you guys run over us. We're gonna fight back with tooth and nail and as something blows up there in the jungle.
That was a mind trap, yeah.
Yep.
I cut to it. I'm like, wait, what did oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, that's always that feels good as an Engineer player.
It does.
Like when you spend like half a minute or something in that lane. Actually, come in.
Pharaoh top lane. He's got plenty of TP support though, including the Legionary who went for the taunt but just missed. Tried to catch Grinix, unfortunately just out of range, and now we see Pebbles is distance. Has plus oh, this is gonna be an Omni Slash. Oh, he just spins on top actually. But that Engineer in a bad spot. That energy field, of course, helping. But Legionnaire, the prime target. Legionnaire is tanky, but not tanky enough. He does go down. Omni Slash is still ready to go for Swiftblade, but he has to deal with the absolute zero. Valonia, and the lockdown is enough. Swiftblade gets taken out, so a little too cocky there. Going far in was Colic despite that double kill, and the turret also onto the low stone. But now Pebbles will jump in. Great save again. Thanks to the Monarch. Pharaoh looking to kind of keep them occupied. Staccato stuns keeping the distance, though. And I think the end is finally here, although Grinix may have a different idea, but no, he's going to fall back into the jungle for now. But yeah, the swift play, Colic, he tried to continue to run after them, and you got to respect that damage. Without the spin, obviously that's a lot of threat for Melonia.
Yep. And like you can't spin, like it was a very clutch crystal pollen, or like what's called crippling pollen on the Pebbles there actually. Because if the Pebbles actually got to jump there on both the Engineer and the Monarch, that would have been a different team fight. But he PK'd in and instantly got crippling pollen by the Monarch, so he only got his stun off.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of chaotic team fight for sure. Like the Grinix positioning is honestly really on point. Like the Grinix is, instead of like just trying to like YOLO in and commit, he is playing very patiently, and he's constantly like being this threat in the backline that they need to deal with. They cannot just like move forward as like a coordinated front. They need to think about this Grinix and what he can potentially do to this Alonia, because Alonia still only has 1000 HP, right? I think Grinix could probably solo kill him. And I think a big part of these team fights is also wanna mention that Genko's positioning is also really well. Like Genko is positioning him in front, like the Pebbles. I think he comboed the Pharaoh like twice in that team fight. And that's just the Shaman's head just paying off. It's just doing so much work for him here.
Yeah. Nice value item to have. Certainly mitigating some good damage. A couple things. I noticed I keep calling it Omni Slash. Obviously referring to Swift Slashes of Swift Blade there. So either way, I didn't use that in the last fight, but expect that to be a thing moving forward. Legionnaire porting out from the bottom lane. Oh, so look at this blink picked up by Swiftblade. So
yeah, I like it.
Dreamcatcher mock into a blink. I mean, this just doesn't feel like your typical go-to build. By any means, but
Legionnaire. Legionnaire's ready.
Legionnaire. He's gonna be exposed though. Pebbles. Oof. Wow, that was a great reaction.
Yeah, the Pebbles also did notice the Soul Bulwark debuff probably on himself.
True.
But like one of the nice things about this build from Swiftblade is if you're ultimating, the Legionnaire barbed armor is not going to do anything, because like you're invulnerable during your ultimate. So you don't really have to be that afraid of this barbed armor. And like, look at his HP right now. And that is like for a big part because of the Dreamcatcher. Like, instead of like having 1k HP, which like a normal build would have, like with a cleaver and then like a shroud or something. Instead, like he's 1500 HP. He can actually like just not die to this Legionnaire if Legionnaire jumps him.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, this now Alonia's in trouble.
Alonia's definitely in trouble. That's gonna be a jump. There we go. The Swift Slashes. I mean, he just eviscerates him. Papa Soul, before he knows it, he's just dead. There's a toss back. Pharaoh. Now he's in a horrible spot on Pharaoh. Pharaoh, yeah, he's dead. So one kill after the other. Opportunity to the third. Engineer's also found. The mine's going off right there, but almost killing him. Wow. She killed him for a second, but no, Swiftblade lives. Look at the heals coming. He's like, panic, panic, panic. And he does stay alive. Very close call, though. Meanwhile, back up here, Lowstone is still trying to get out of the woods, and now a bit of a reset. There's the reset. Engineer falls. I mean, he had it. No, he did use energy field. Okay. So, yeah, unfortunately, unable to get much else off there. So, good reset there. Close call on Swiftblade, but they managed to keep him alive, and he's back to nearly full life, just like that, thanks to the support cast. And this is going to be a top tower kill, so good momentum being built up here by No New Gen.
Yeah, and this is like the power of the PK, right? Like, the Alonia doesn't have any mobility tools right now. Oh, he's jumping in.
PK, yeah, very greedy jump in right here. Legionnaire going to be put under. The Decapitate does cut through Pebbles. So I said greedy, thinking that maybe Swiftblade was also nearby. Yeah, Swiftblade will TP back to base, so never mind. The Legion team is in definitely full retreat mode now, but Conqueror? Do they dare go for a Conqueror here? I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, they don't really have damage for Conqueror. Yes.
Yeah, not the best of objective taken like that.
Nope. No, but like, Swiftblade is just going for a heart, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And like, the amazing thing about this build that Swiftblade's doing here is he doesn't really have that much auto attack damage. So even if the Legionnaire like taunts him, he's not doing that much damage. A lot of the damage is like passively over the course of like a team fight. So where I said that they didn't really know how to play against this in the laning phase, now they are actually showing like their expertise, and they do seem to be going up. Oh, Legionnaire, they catch him!
Yeah, that's big. If they can finish the job, and I'm sure they can, the Swift Slashes bouncing around. Eventually, another auto attack. There we go. You see, return damage is just not nearly enough of a threat. Engineer's also caught up here. Grinix ends up cutting him down. The energy field at the last second, but it's too little, too late. Yeah, this blink, I mean, you're right. The adaptation you definitely have to respect. And again, that was a big question that we asked going into this game too, especially. Already down 1-0 now. How does Noah New Gen adapt? We haven't really seen that yet from them against Vinicius. That's 3 losses in a row that they've had to this team in this tournament. But here we are in Game 2 of the Grand Finals, and clearly they've adapted. And they're showing more of that, especially with Kolik inside and build. And it's proven to work wonders for them. I mean, the overall goal lead isn't necessarily the biggest, but it definitely feels like it's more of a lead than it's reflecting there.
Yeah, and it's just because like the Legionnaire is just not really like a hard carry that something like a Swiftblade is. And the Alonia also only has 1.1k HP, and Alonia can output a lot of damage if you allow it to. But they have blinks. They have like the Grinix, which that should almost be a shrunken right now. So the Grinix is going to be able to really easily just go for this Alonia, just like beeline for him. And if they catch Alonia's not gonna be able to survive. Right? Like there's no surviving Switch Slashers. And even if like he somehow lives through the slashes, Swiftblade can apply the Dreamcatcher debuff to make sure that he can't PK away. He has the Mock to cancel PKs. The Grinix ultimate, of course. And Swiftblade chasing this Alonia, but Alonia's haste.
Getter. Yeah, the haste obviously going to be the big difference maker. He's in a hot pursuit right there. You know, Swiftblade was hoping for it, had the blink, but couldn't close the gap enough. So yeah, Alonia absolutely aware. If he's able to Swift Slash is pretty much a certain death for him, so good job keeping the distance and being a bit of a distraction at least. So there's some positive there. But yeah, to the point you were making earlier too, it's this Hellborn squad is not one that scales with the likes of the Swiftblade and how that we're seeing on the Legion side. Specifically, the Legionnaire, of course, is not your go-to skill and carry. So he's got a shrunken head now. This feels like the moment of, okay, this is kind of your high point. If you're Vinicius, in terms of the game state right now, they're going to go for a Condor first. Right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to be stopped. There is no vision, so it should be a free Condor kill. They might give up the top tier 2 for it. But yeah, we'll see what kind of what plays they look to make with this buff.
Yeah, Legionnaire did finish a shrunken head, so he's not gonna get like cancelled as much by you know, the Pebbles combo and whatnot and the staccato stun. But the Swiftblade just picked up a heart, a Behemoth's heart. He is tanky. He is really tanky.
Sure is. He has a lot more life than Legionnaire. That's not often you see that.
No. And like this is just like a really good build from the Swiftblade here. And I do feel betrayed because he sold us Wind Whistle. Yeah. So I'm going to spend the next like 10 minutes of this game flaming him, I think. No, but like he
Floor is
doesn't have a lot of
open.
armor. That's one thing I will say. That maybe they can capitalize on that. Because like
he-
he 15
He
armor
just get a
right now.
firebrand to help there.
Yeah. But 15 armor is not that much. But on the other hand, there's also not like any actual physical damage output from the Legion side, or from the Hellborn side, sorry. Oh, and they're setting up for this.
Yeah, that's an interesting position here. Legion, they are definitely aware clearly. The counter smoke coming out, so something's going to happen. It's just where is it going to take place? Bit of a spread. Legionnaire going right past the smoke, jumps on the ton and missed actually. Rhapsody is eventually caught though. They blow up the Rhapsody, but now Swiftblade jumps on Swiftblade. It catches Alonia, and Alonia shredded to pieces just like that. Gust of Wind used Lowstone. He is dead in the midst of this. The Mind Trap doing some damage to Grinix, having him reset, but now Swiftblade spinning on top of Monarch. Good job with the Decapitate, though. It catches the kill. The backline's on Grinix, but now Swiftblade's caught by Wrath of the Pharaoh. Is he caught, or are they forced to fight this now? That's the question. Pebbles going in. You mentioned a buyback Alonia, and she's actually almost back to the fight, so yeah, that's big. And they are going to kill Pebbles. Now, do they go to finish off Kongor? That would be a token for them as well.
Yeah, they definitely want to do this. Don't know if they have any... There's no vision from the Legion side right now, so I think they got to really do this. But the Swiftblade is actually smoking up, he's setting up. But the PK from the Legionnaire got cancelled because the Mock of Brilliance
Kongor's pissed, man. Kongor's pissed. Oh no! Okay, so close right there. Yeah, you're right. That Mock is such a good tool. Now, Swiftslash is on quoting, spins at the last second. The token picked up by Engineer because of he eventually dies, so that's going to be reset. But now Swiftblade, oh, beautiful save. What's the protectability at the last second? Here comes the Lovely Wall, though. Swiftblade bounced around every which way. He has another spin in 4 seconds. Isn't going to matter. He opens with that quick. Gets one, gets two. He dies, though, with the keg. The Engineer coming back from death. And the payback indeed. But now Grinix with the Shrunken. He doesn't care about Alonia. He shreds her to pieces again, so she's going to have to be on a dieback now. Engineer trying to run, but now Grinix without the Shrunken. He's in trouble with the supporting cast coming in the last second. Gets the kill on Grinix and cleans them out completely. Pebbles' bottom lane. He wants nothing to do with this. What a crazy clash at the Kongor pit. But there's no more token, at least.
I honestly think they forgot about the token. Because... like,
oh, they just left it.
Yeah, they kind of left it, and like both Legionnaire and Alonia weren't going for it. And Swiftblade made a beeline for the token, and Engineer, good thinking by him, just picked it up. Because if Swiftblade suddenly gets a token there, yeah, that's not a situation that you want. But this is like 2 buffs for the Hellborn side here right now, and.
Yeah.
We mentioned it a little bit in private, right? But these Kongor buffs, they are incremental buffs that just stack up throughout the game. And like, look at the Monarch and the Engineer. Suddenly, both of them have 200 heroes. And
yeah,
actually,
I noticed some people talking about that. It's like there's even different items, and yeah, there are some new items, and some balance patches have happened. So yeah, if it's been a couple years since you played, there certainly are some new things, and doing our best to kind of update you accordingly.
Yeah, of course. And like, it's always in a very well. Okay, so people. I mean, it's serious. Like, HoN is a very well balanced game. And people, of course, are going to maybe take this a bit as a joke, but the way you have to look at it is like a small change in the power level of a certain hero completely makes or breaks the hero in a lot of cases, right? That's how you know that this is actually a really well-balanced game, if like a very minor change actually has a very large impact. And that's like what you also can see, like the more tightly balanced a game is, the more impact actually like any kind of change is going to have. Because like, of course, like you want to use that advantage that you have in terms of hero picks and stuff. And speaking of like one hero that actually got changed in the last like 3-ish years, I believe, is the Engineer staff effect. And Engineer did actually pick up a staff as he goes in Lowstone.
I'm watching Swiftblade hunting out, but yeah, Lodestone is going to be found here as mentioned, but here comes Swiftblade and the rest of the castle also ain't surviving a little bit longer. There's that jump, protecting Melody Wolf, keep him alive as well. Are you kidding me? Now's the turn, the Swift Flash is bouncing around. Engineer and Ferrer are dead just like that. Legionnaire jumping at the last second, but he's going for the TP play now. Do they have a stun for him? No, he cancels it actually. Chooses to cancel it. Monarch ends up dying, but now Legionnaire going the other direction. I'm pretty sure that was by choice, at least. He is going to get some spins off here, toss back into the creeps, going for a turn kill. The last second they do kick out Lodestone, but obviously the kill on Legionnaire much more beneficial for Noah Newgen. Yeah, that was a curious decision there at the end, but you see Alonia got out of there quickly. It wasn't even there in the first place, now pushing mid.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what Legionnaire did there. Maybe it was just an accident or something. I'm gonna assume it's an accident because I don't think there's any kind of... No, there's no basher or something. There's no stun, so...
From what I saw, it looked like the chew, so you are right. Could have simply been an accident, or maybe there was like maybe thought Alonia was coming over to turn once again. I mean, either way.
Yeah, I did check, but Alonia was a bit too far away. So the other option is he was thinking like, okay, they're gonna leave me alone here. I'm just gonna walk to the left and snipe the creeps. So you can just snipe the creeps then and make sure that they cannot push and stuff. But it's then like you are still like stuck in the trees somewhere with like no teleport. So it's a bit. It would be a weird decision to make. So I'm gonna go with it's probably a mistake. But to go back to the engineer. As you might know, if you walk through the engineer fields, it's one of the more powerful effects because it has a perplex attached to it. A 2-second silence and a perplex. Yeah. The power of the engineer staff is that you can toss it on people and it actually applies the 2 seconds. Oh, they're going in.
That energy field is ready to be used, not using it just yet, trying to find the right opportunity. Legionnaire at half life, there's the energy field, there's Protector Melody off to the outskirts zone, protecting Swiftblade. Loses his teammate Lozo, but now Swiftblade, the Protector Melody was out of range. The energy field definitely doing work and kills the Swiftblade when it's all said and done. Grenix is also dead, but now Pebbles jumping back in with the group chuck. Speaking of staff, he's got his as well. Able to take out Legionnaire, they kill Monarch, but Pebbles has too much power to fight Alonia. Putting out Bloody. It is a wipeout in favor of Vinicius, and you're right to call it. I mean, that staff ultimate definitely doing a lot of work there from the engineer.
So it's like a huge effect because suddenly like the enemy heroes cannot get their shrunken off because Perplex, of course, like disables items, so they cannot use their tablets, they cannot use Astros, Shrunkens. And normally, of course, like if the engineer would like PK in and then ultimate, that would not apply the perplex. Because it's only like if you run through it. But with the staff effect, if you toss it onto someone, everyone that at that point enters the field or is already in the field actually does get the perplex effect. And in addition to that, not to forget, of course, the 1.5% of their max HP per second extra. So over the course of 10 seconds, that's like 50%.
Yeah, it's an amazing tool. It does a lot.
Yeah, and like, especially against something like Rhapsody, because Rhapsody's, you see the Rhapsody, he's always sitting in the back line with a smoke, ready to jump in with that PK and an ultimate. But you know, when there is... Oh, Grenix, he smelled blood.
I don't think he's going to chase too far, though. Yeah, a little bit too slippery is the Alonia, so she's fine.
Yeah, he actually used Shrunken and Ultimate there, Grenix.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Grenix is definitely falling off because Grenix just doesn't have a farming tool. And, ooh, very good ward placed by the Rhapsody. He actually smoked all the way there, ran through the lane, and placed the ward from smoke, just so they would not know. It's like normally when you try to do your Conquer, you can D-wards like basically like 2 spots. That's where like the ref ward from the Legion side is, up that cliff. And the other cliff is probably near the Ancients there. But you're not gonna check like on the right side near Congo there. That's madness.
So
I gotta go?
Well, Dutch, I gotta talk about Swiftblade, because we're in a point of this game now where his inventory it is technically full. Obviously, he can sell probably the Dreamcatcher you'd figure to replace that, but this kind of gets up. Well, he has to replace something, right? Because the damage output, it does seem like, you know, maybe it's getting to the point where is it enough? I mean, we are going to see a team smoke here, though. So we'll think of that in just a little bit, but this is a big play potential.
They caught the ward as well.
Did they? Yeah. So we'll likely you see the positioning, very defensive posture of Vinicius here. And they are ready for a take. If they dive too far, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So instead, Noah Nugent will head towards the Hellborn jungle and see what's going on over here. But yeah, both teams in a very cautious spot. We're getting close to about 40 minutes into this game. So understandably in that point, especially with it being very even. But yeah, this kind of goes back to, you know,
smoke?
What? The counter smoke? Oh, they are. Lowstone. It's not the target you want. They are going to just take it, though. Why not?
Yeah, and I think they saw like Grinex on the top side with that Noxious Nightcrawler there. And you know, like after a smoke gank fails, generally speaking, what happens is people split up. People go in like different directions. They kind of spread out across the map. They don't often stay close as 5 after the smoke gank fails, because you know that's like if you're not catching anyone for 30 seconds while like walking across the map, you know that the enemy knows something. So at that point, it feels like you're wasting your time. And I think I said this before at some point, like HoN players like physically cannot sit still. I'm fairly certain like if they don't farm a creep for 5 seconds, their hands start shaking. So like, you know, like they're always going to want to do something. So if you know that they are not, you know, farming jungle camps and stuff, you know that at that point that they're hunting you. And the Pharaoh rockets here that he's spamming all across the map. One very important aspect of it is that it actually gives clear vision in that area for 8 seconds. And that's a like large area. It's like 600 day and night clear vision. Oh.
Rhapsody, catching Monarch. Interesting fight location at the tier 2 tower. Pebbles, that group toss at the backlines engineer. Can they blow him up before he gets the ultimate off? It looks like maybe. No, he gets empty filled up the last second. Will end up dying, but obviously a good use right there. Legionnaire cuts down the critics. They also kill Lodestone. Is Swiftblade during all his, you know, was busy chasing after the Monarch as Legionnaire is able to teleport out when it's all said and done. I mean, considering Alonia wasn't there especially, that fight went very well for the Hellborn. Vinicius can be pleased with that. But okay, I gotta ask here a couple things. 5,000 gold on Swiftblade. So this is what I was talking about earlier. What does he do with this gold right now?
So, what I would do. That's, I think, the best way for me to answer that question. Is I would just sell the Dreamcatcher and buy a Bresto. Because, you know, what's better than one Swiftblade ultimate? That's 2.
Okay, yeah. 2 is pretty good as well, yeah.
It's like, because you only need one, like, Swiftblade ultimate to properly kill Alonia. Probably. The problem that I'm seeing here is like the energy field is actually causing a lot of issues, and I'm noticing that the Legion side is not really that quick with killing the energy fields. And actually, look at this. The Engineer actually bought an upgraded Staff of the Master. And so did Pebbles, by the way. Pebbles upgraded the Swiftblade. And the Engineer upgraded Alonia.
Alonia, yeah. I saw that earlier, I was going to bring that up too, but that's a fantastic upgrade for Alonia. Especially with the damage output. But that's it. So you said Swiftblade got upgraded too, so that's interesting to see. That counterattack.
Yeah. Do you know what it does?
I was honestly reading it as I was saying this. Well, we got Lodestone actually.
Oh.
He is caught here going for the rune. Look at that. That's the absolute zero. Catches critics, and so does Wrath of the Pharaoh. Protect another great placement there. Will stop, but now the energy field is out the back line. So Swiftblade spinning on top. Going for Engineer. He does have Swift Slashes. Will he look to use it here? Not just yet. The turret pushing it back in the back lanes over here. You got Pebbles picked off. Swiftblade critics still chasing around. Going for Alonia now, but Swiftblade locks in place. Yeah, finally goes off right there, though. Staying alive, and now Legionnaire, the lone survivor against Swiftblade. A quad kill for Colic. And now he's going for the finish on the Legionnaire. Are we going to see an annihilation? Couple auto attacks, ring around the Rosie. No way. Does he actually get out? He looks like he might. Oh, he is going to get away. So no annihilation. I got to say, I think I got distracted by an illusion there. I thought Swiftblade ended up dying, but no, he was more than fine.
Yeah,
the Swift Slash is doing work.
He's so tanky still, right? And he did not get locked down by the entry field this time. The Alonia jumped very aggressively for the pebbles, and he very rapidly actually locked down the pebbles there, that team fight in the backline. He was basically standing at the Conger pit there, and like him, the Legionnaire and the Alonia jumped in the backline there.
Touch. He has 8,200 gold. Like, come on, man. Like, Swiftblade, he's going to run here. This is Angry Test level territory right here. This
you know,
insane.
this economy is rough, right? So you gotta save up for your old day, right? Now, next game, you also want to have some money.
He has to buy something here. Okay, there we go. He sells the Dreamcatcher. It's just a Genjiro. He just right-clicks it. Why not?
Yeah.
There we go.
You probably should have bought the oh.
Gets away for now, and yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah, but like he should probably bought the Shroud before the. No, it's just self Dreamcatcher gets Shroud. But I'm still. Oh, this is a Monica trouble.
Yeah, and Swift flashes this ready once again. The spin on top easily. Monarch's probably certain death on the Legionnaire jumps in. They want to fight this. Where's Alonia? Alonia's not here. It's doing a lot of damage, but there's the energy field coming down as well. So a big kill, Swiftblade. Big kill onto him. He does have buyback, but obviously that's what they look for. And now Alonia shows up too. She gets cut off by Pebbles, but Pebbles immediately blinks away, trying to get out, and yes, he will be successful. But Legionnaire, I thought it was a little bit risky of a decision initially. Ends up being the right decision to jump in there with Engineer backing up and taking out Swiftblade. That's big.
Yeah, so the Swiftblade just kind of died to the Legionnaire there, and that's kind of the problem of like the Genjiro as well here. Yes, you do more damage, but that's what Legionnaire was waiting for with the barbed armor. Suddenly, like when you start hurting yourself. Oh, that's Pebbles.
Kalik buys back. That is going to be dead Pebbles, but also play the timing. He had managed to get the spin off as the Kexon landed. Again, still has Swift Slashes. Is not going to use it just yet. Trying to get Engineer. No. Yes, he finally goes down. But now Legionnaire jumps back, and this will be a big kill. Also, play they get it, but Legionnaire's the one that has to be careful. Apparently, Alonia damage being output. They do kill Legionnaire. Swiftblade manages to reset. He's at half-life. He is ready to go back in. Again, he still has Swift Slashes. I keep saying that. There we go. He is going to use it there to cut down Pharaoh and get the easy double tap when it's all said and done. So they not only hold,
buyback.
but
Legionnaire.
Legionnaire buyback. You're right. So now Legionnaire buys back in. Puppet Soul bought back as well. That was earlier. That's right. We knew that on the Alonia. So they do not want to give up this push here, but it's probably going to have to.
Yeah, that was definitely not a good buyback on Legionnaire there. It was a little bit too trigger happy and wasting a buyback right there. Because they still like had both buybacks, but like Swiftblade already used one. So, and like this whole entire Legion team is just like this Swiftblade against like the entire bit of the Hellborn team. It's just a solo core like game plan here for the Legion team, as Alonia might be in trouble.
No Swift Slashes though.
No, okay, and yeah, there is actually a sheep stick picked up on the Alonia. But the reason that the Swiftblade did not die when the Legionnaire jumped for the second time at the bottom tower is because his barbed armor was still on cooldown. So he jumped in with the taunt, but without barbed armor, the Swiftblade just doesn't really do that much damage to himself. Or, you know, the Legionnaire doesn't do much damage to the Swiftblade.
Didn't feel threatened. The first Conquer the first Conquer kill for the new gen, and they'll certainly benefit from Legionnaire points up in the bottom.
Like no time. And he only has like 1,000 mana. So we saw a couple of times where like at the end of a team fight he's completely out of mana and he kind of has to go back to base almost at that point.
Yeah.
So I like to pick up a lot here. I do, however, wish that someone in the Legion team would pick up an Abyssal Skull. It does feel kind of weird to me that they haven't picked one up yet.
It's just like good value for at this point of the game.
Oh,
Even
going.
actually, the Legionnaire jump on the Lodestone again, not a prime target. Look at Swiftblade. He's charging and he's going for Engineer, trying to cut him down. No, but again, the energy flip at the last second gets the spin off. Can he get the Swift Slashes off? No, it's the question. Protected Melody coming up. Beautiful placement from Pio, mitigating so much damage right there. The Swift Slashes is not going to use yet. There we go. Finally goes off. Kills the cut down Legionnaire. Now Pharaoh. He's going to be run down. Grenix and Swiftblade, the two survivors on the Legion side. So supporting Cass not necessarily doing as well. Look at Alonia as continues to kite. Again, Swift Slashes was used, and now Swiftblade, he's just being locked down. He can't move. He can't freaking move. He's dead once again. He does have money for a buyback. It would be his last one, though. Yeah, choosing to use the Swift Slash just to finish off Legionnaire right there allows Alonia to get some freedom in the fight.
Yeah, and oh, they see the Grenix. They saw the Grenix for a second.
It's distracting.
But like Grenix cannot kill this wave here, so he can't really do that much. And like this is where I think something like a Resto Stone would provide you a lot more than you know, something like the Grandeur does here, because you basically, like with the Resto, you're invulnerable for... Oh. The Pebbles buyback.
Installed, but now Pebbles, he's in a horrible spot. He gets just frozen in place. No Shrunken, of course, to be able to withstand all this crowd control. No chances, but yeah, without Shrunken, you got to understand that you're going to be locked down pretty harshly in these fights.
Yeah. Yeah, and like that is like, okay, so what the Swiftblade staff does for you, right? Because I don't... Okay, these jerks kept fighting. Like 15 minutes ago or something. You get 2 more slashes. So from 8 to 10. And if you successfully proc your W, you get like a blink strike. Basically, think like a Nighthound pounce. Like
okay, sure.
And it's like about 600 range or something. That's it. Now, if the Pebbles did not upgrade the Swiftblade, he would have had a Shrunken in these team fights. So, my question is the two slashes and like the one little blink on the Swiftblade, and like one little pounce, is that worth it not having a Shrunken on the Pebbles?
Yeah, I mean, and then there's also the argument, you know, staff buff on all 3 of these. I mean, Rhapsody's definitely a solid one as well. Like, it certainly could have been an argument there. But, you know, it's what's done is done, obviously. And speaking of that, again, the Shrunken, it's going to be a ways off for Pebbles right now. Only about 1,000 gold saved up. They kill Conqueror on the Hellborn side. And you know Vinicius is smelling blood right now. This is the biggest lead we've seen this whole game at 50 minutes in. And, you know, so much for this, again, on paper, it seemed like when it came to scaling, it didn't necessarily feel like they're going to be able to scale as effectively, but that really hasn't mattered at this point in the game. That's a team smoke out. They get Pharaoh, but Pharaoh's, again, he's a tanky target. And they're committing a look at Grenix just melt as soon as the energy field of Alonia damage happens. Pebbles is also caught up. He too is dead, and
jump on
clearly Noah Nugent is like, what do we do about this? Yep, they are going to catch Lodestone right there as well in the backline. Swiftblade's thinking about it. He's like, he wants to go so badly, but he just can't find the target. Hat-trick coming out for Puppet Soul, and Swiftblade's just going to have to teleport back to Fade. No way! Oh no! This is going to add insult to injury. He's going to go for the run. The Arcane Bomb comes out right there. Legionnaire is going to charge in. Do they actually catch the Swiftblade? No buybacks are happening. They've all been used. Midwinter used both of his. So Swiftblade will live, but well, he can't defend by himself.
Look at the bottom lane, meanwhile. All these creeps are just like knocking on the door there. And of course, like with the demonic on the Legionnaire, you push so fast. And Swiftblade has to run back to base because, of course, like his TP got cancelled. And Pharaoh jumps him with his Pharaoh flower.
Like, let's go, baby. Let's get the jump in. Swiftblade is going to melt as a result. He's got his final buyback. Might as well use it, but this is all but over. It feels like the top lane also being pushed in. Swift Slashes is ready. I mean, if he gets some big bounces, maybe. You see Legionnaire just going to kind of run at him at this point. Running into the base. There's the open. The flame mill comes out there. Look at Swiftblade. His life is going down quickly. The cat, nope, not going to hit, of course. It's a Legionnaire. All right, that's a little bit of silliness going on now, but of course they feel in total control of Vinicius, as they should. The Shrine's at half life, the World Tree just about dead.
Big up Megas.
End the old-fashioned way. GG well played. Again, it is a best out of 5, but we now have a 2-0 lead for Vinicius in the grand finals. This was a hell of a game, though.
Yeah, and like where the first game, I would argue, was a little bit more one-sided. this game, like, even though I would say from